Did you know that not all dinosaurs, or prehistoric animals, died out? Several of them are still on our planet. In fact, some are even older than dinosaurs, and they're still around. So here are 5 prehistoric creatures that live almost exclusively on our island. As the meteor said when he headed for Earth to wipe out the dinosaurs, let's do this. CYCLURA cornuta, the rhinoceros iguana. When you think of dinos, no animal gets as close to looking like one like these guys. I mean, seriously, they're like miniature T-Rexes, but with the correctly sized front limbs. They look so much like what we imagine dinos to look like, they've been used in movies to play, well, dinos, wearing prosthetics, and lots of makeup. So step aside, Zoe Saldana, these Dominicans really took over Hollywood, and they were nominated for an Academy Award. By the way, this Oscar-worthy performance is by the mother of Lorenzo Lama, but she lost out to the lizards.
I knew it! Challenger! Dinosaur! I don't believe it.
Yeah, me neither. And this guy didn't get an Oscar nomination. But hey, neither did Lorenzo Lama's dad. The rhinoceros iguanas are called that because, well, I think that's pretty self-evident. But still, in both countries, they are in danger of going extinct due to habitat loss and human interference. There are projects to bring them back all over the island, but that's not easy. You see, they're easily caught and they taste like chicken, or so I've heard. I wouldn't know. Trachemys decorata, the Hispaniola slider. Yeah, anybody else thought that was the name of a drink? Something fruity with rum? No? Just me, I guess. Now, turtles are among the oldest reptiles around. They were already here when the large lizards came and went. One of these turtles is the slider, called so because they slide around on their bellies. Anyway, the slider is a freshwater turtle, and you've probably seen them before, or at least you think you have, because they're closely related to the red-eared slider, which is probably the most popular pet turtle in the world. Also, 4 of them once mutated into ninja fighters. There are, however, differences in the color. The Hispaniola slider does not have the red spots on the sides of the neck, for example. While they are relatively popular as pets, in the wild they have become rare and are considered very vulnerable to extinction. Frogs. I know, frogs aren't exactly the kind of animal you think of when you think of dinosaurs, but they were already hopping around long before the classic dinos came along. The oldest known frog fossil is around 190 million years old, which makes it at least 100 million years older than the T-Rex. I'm just saying. Also, our island has a whole lot of unique and endemic frogs that only exist here. To name a few out of, well, dozens of species, there's the Hispaniola giant tree frog, the Barahona rock frog, the Hispaniola yellow tree frog. Look at that thing. I don't know if I should look at it or hit it with my racket. But let's point out one particular interesting one. We all think of dinos as these giant reptiles, right? Well, take a look-see at this reptile, the Mackay robber frog. Pretty cute, huh? And here's a quarter in contrast. Yeah, that's right. The Mackay lives only on our island, mostly in Haiti it seems, and is one of the smallest frogs in the world. And as such makes it one of the tiniest dinosaurs, well, like ever. Okay, I'm about to cheat a little bit. The next animals aren't really dinosaurs, or even reptiles, but they existed during the time of the dinos, so they're dino-ish? Well, they're prehistoric, that's for sure. And they've been around forever. Pfeffergrandodon musicensis. But hey, who put her in that list? Oh man, you guys are mean. EPILOBOCERA HAYTENSIS. Crabs. Any Dominican who didn't grow up in a big city knows these all too well, and how they taste. They're freshwater crabs, and while there are similar species all over the South American continent, they are considered to have originated here in the Greater Antilles. Again, crabs have been around for long before the dinos, so they are the ultimate prehistoric creatures. Now, the river crabs of Hispaniola, known as jaibas, are a quintessential part of campo life in the DR. Kids would go out and hunt them and then cook them, but in recent years they have become endangered and capturing them is illegal. Well, most of the time. There's some kind of new laws now. SOLENODON PARADOXUS. The SOLENODON. Trust me, that name is fitting. That thing is a crawling paradox indeed. It's seriously the weirdest of all the animals on this list, on so many levels. Well, let's just start with the fact that it looks like a mix of everything. It's a bit like a shrew, a bit like a rat, a lot like an ROUS.
Rodents of unusual size? I don't think they exist.
And the oldest fossils of it are from the time of the dinos, so, you can imagine T-Rex going like, "Ah, what is that thing?"
One of the most unusual mammals in the world. You can see its really long nose, which is very mobile. You can see it moving from left to right. and uses that for jabbing into the ground to look for, feel for and smell for bugs in the ground to eat. You can see those really long and strong whiskers there, which he'll use to feel around.
And then there's the fact that it doesn't seem to really fit into the evolutionary chain. I mean, there are theories, but from an evolutionary perspective, it's a big mystery where it came from. And if God created it, it's one of those animals he seriously wanted to troll science with. You know, like the platypus. Now here are a few facts that make these guys so unusual. I mean, these guys can see in the dark thanks to echolocation, so they're part bat. And the sounds they make, they're somewhere between pigs and birds, so they're part pig and part bird. And to really make it weird, their bite is poisonous, so they're part snake. The bite is not harmful to humans, but if you're a mouse, you'll be dead in 5 minutes. So, you know, wear gloves when you handle them. It's curious to note that their status is highly endangered, mostly due to habitat loss. That means humans are taking over their territory. They're still fairly common in the Dominican land of the lost, that is the Hoyo del Pelempito, but overall, they're as rare as can be. And that is considering that these guys survived the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs, and nobody knows how. They're as weird as they come. So, weirdness level over 9,000! Bonus round. Here are a few honorable mentions of prehistoric animals that live here, but also in other places of the world. The hawksbill turtle and the leatherback turtle. Talk about ancient. These guys have been around forever, which makes it even more sad that after millions of years, they're actually in danger of going extinct in our lifetime. Hutia, a large rodent from the guinea pig family. They also exist in Cuba, where they're much more prevalent and are at times eaten. They're considered endangered everywhere, with the exception of the Guantanamo Navy base, where they're almost an infestation. Anoles lizard, a tiny lizard that has also been around for ages and ages and ages. They can be found all over the world, but Hispaniola does have a few endemic species of them. Sharks. Seriously, these guys have been around for like ever? They've been eating dinos long before they've been eating humans. So next time you'll get attacked, think about that. You have the honor of being munched on by one of the oldest species on the planet. Congratulations! American crocodile. Speaking of getting munched on, we often forget that the largest population of crocodiles on the American continent lives here in Lake Enriquillo. Not only that, they are among the biggest crocodilia in the world. So move over, Florida Gator. You ain't got nothing on the Dominican crocs. Birds. Yep. They're considered dinosaurs by science, and our island is one of the islands with the most endemic varieties of birds. But we'll talk about that in another episode. Well, there you have it. 5 prehistoric creatures that still exist today, and then some, for now at least. Because, you know, nearly all of the fantastic creatures on this list are in danger of extinction. So we better appreciate what we got, right? Thanks for watching this episode, and if you liked it, hit that like button, or not. I don't care. It's a free internet. Well, at least it used to be. But hey, you can do whatever you like. I don't care. Whatever. But if you do want to learn more about the island of Hispaniola and especially Dominican Republic, subscribe. I'm just saying. See you all next time.